So, selecting the right niche is critical to finding success in this business. And in order to find the right niche, I think that's where a lot of people struggle with. And so I just want to give you guys a few tips in order to help you with that process. And I understand if you're beginning this process, you're probably not going to know exactly what niche works best. There are a few examples that people do reach out to, like recruitment agencies, coaches, creators. These are all good examples of people that need some sort of automations. But I think I just want to give you some principles to figure out like what is a good niche, right? So one of the principles I can share is you have a good niche where they have a real pain around what you have to offer, right? So you're looking for like people, groups of people that actually, it's not just a feature, right? It's not just, I'm going to add this to my business and it might be nice if I have some extra cash or not. You're looking for people that actually have a deep pain, and your solution, your automation, your AI app, whatever you're bringing to the table is going to take that pain away. So these are the people, you need to look for people that actually have a real pain, and this is something that's going to solve that. Another important thing, you want to look for people that have capital, right? The issue with business in general is if you're dealing with people that can't pay, then usually they're low quality of clients, and you're not going to be well compensated for your time, and you're going to haggle over price a lot, right? So you want people that have capital, they have pain. And that's why we always talk about trying to reach out to business owners, trying to reach out to people that actually are making some money with what they're doing, and they can actually afford what you have to offer. Now, another way to think about it is if you have more of a productized service, if you have more of a software as a service, an app, something that you can sell, maybe you have a subscription, that can also work. But if you're doing something more service-based, then I think it's even more important to filter out your prospects and make sure that you're actually targeting the people that are qualified for the service that you're going to be charging them. The next thing is also that you're looking for people that are reachable. Now, when I say reachable, I do put an emphasis on reachable online because that is the tactics we're using in terms of cold email or DMs and things like this. But I will say that it is okay if you have people in your like direct real life IRL that you can connect with and provide solutions to them. So it doesn't have to be only an online thing. I just say that because it's easier for us to scrape them and then use these automations to make our lives easier. But if you do have those in-person connections, then it's also fine if you decide to go that route. And so to systemize this process, I have come up with this Google Sheet, which I've added down below as a template called the yes/no niche filter. And the idea for this is I just want you to write down a list of niches that you guys are interested in. So maybe you have fitness coaches, as a broke artist. Let's keep it out. Let's put videographers. Let's put maybe another thing we're going to have are software startups in cybersecurity, right? Something like that. Right, you could have something like this. And then I just want you guys to think about, do some research about the niche. If you're part of that niche already, then you already know the kind of pains that they have. If you're not part of that niche, then you might not know exactly what those pains are. So you might have to do a little bit of research. Then I want you to figure out like, what's the main pains? So one way to figure out like the pains of a particular niche is to use this tool called Gummy Search. I'm just going to show you guys. And basically the way Gummy Search works is that you can create an account, log in. So I'm just going to log into my Gummy Search account. It's a little bit expensive, but you can just use the free plan. And for example, you can come and let's look at like travel agents, right? You can come and like filter by Reddit exactly different subreddits and different communities to see what their problems are. And you can see here is, okay, what are they talking about? What are their pain and anger, right? So you can see what are the solutions that they're looking for. You can see travel agents are seeking solutions related to airline ticket management, cruise booking APIs, agency models. You can see what advice people are giving generally. And if you pay, then you get more information. But I think this is good enough to start. And then you can just even see their pain and anger. Let me see in fact, let me just use like AfroAutomators, for example, right? So here I am grouping a bunch of subreddits that are related to automation. And so now we're going to go and see, let me come back out. Now we can come and see what are the pain and frustrations, right? So If we look here, we see automators are facing challenges with context-driven, bloated prompts and building AI agent frameworks, struggling with manual client onboarding, encountering issues with automation tools like ClickUp and Appify Actor. The frustration is evident in the time and effort spent on troubleshooting and the financial implications around reliable automation tools, right? So this is really good because now that gives you an idea. You can read the advice request as well. This actually gives you a real idea of what the solutions and the pain points that a particular community is facing. In fact, if we're going to pick one of these, if we pick fitness coaches, we can create a new audience here. We can call it fitness coaches. And look for communities around that. And then we found a few, so let's click personal training. Let's click gym snug, XX fitness coach, life coach. I think this should be good enough, right? Maybe we can click fitness and we can click one more. So we can create an audience base of that. It's now going to use AI. And then now we can click here and see this week in fitness coach communities with fitness coaches are frustrated with personal training, software issues, struggling to attract more clients online, facing scams in the industry such as protein products and gyms. They lack control and feeling of being scammed are prevalent themes with feelings of helplessness and disappointment evident in their posts. There's a strong focus for caution and awareness regarding certain brands and establishments within the fitness community. Maybe you could think, oh, could I create an AI tool that would help a fitness coach with identifying whether a particular product or gym has been associated with scandalous things in the past? That's a real pain point. And if you think that's worth it, then, that might be something you do. Another solution request, let's look under here. It says solution request by fitness coach includes seeking recommendations for online coaches, meal plans, fitness, free software for coaching, acquiring platforms. So then you could think of, okay, can I build an AI app that helps with air fryer recipes for fitness coaches or some sort of lead generation for finding new clients? Like these are all things that you can easily get using Gummy Search. So I'll say use Gummy Search to help with refining your niches, finding the pain points. You can then think just doing some sort of maybe ChatGPT and figure out, okay, on average, what does a fitness coach make? How much do they usually have to pay? So you can get an idea of if you're selling this product to them, what you might be able to charge them. And then you can also figure out, like, are they actually online? Are there emails? Do they usually have like online presence and you're able to find fitness coaches? So once you have all of that, then you could assign some sort of subjective scores to all of that. And then if it's higher than 12, I'm saying you can keep that. But again, this is just my idea. You guys don't have to use what I say, but I'm just saying, hey, use 12. And then that kind of helps you. This is actually a very targeted, structured way in order for you to find niches. But like I say, I think it's always best to start with where you work in your 9-to-5 or your business and go from there, because you already know how to speak that language. You already know the problems, and it's going to help you in the long run. I hope this is helpful in terms of helping you guys figure out what niches you're going to pick. I would say start with 3 main niches that you really want to focus on. And then over time, we're going to track the analytics, track the metrics, see who responds more, see who's favorable, see where you're getting clients from. And then we're going to revise, focus on the niche that makes more sense, or pick other new ones and just go from there. So it's okay if the niches you pick aren't like the best. I had that problem too when I started as well. I made a video on that on YouTube, but it is okay to just go from there. So that's all I have to share.